What's up, guys? I'm Ryan Roberts. Welcome into another edition of the At-Large Bid Bearcats Podcast, brought to you as always by Riverfront U. Tonight, we are joined by 2025 6'3", 243-pound Cooper High School defensive end, Austin Alexander. Austin, welcome in.
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You're having a big season so far. You're off to a great start with Cooper, 46 catches, 787 yards, 11 touchdowns. Defensively, you already have 14 sacks, 2 fumble recoveries, and 58 tackles. How's this season going for you? Obviously, you're having a big junior year.
Yeah, it's been a fun season for sure. Just been trying to be there for my guys. We have a game plan each week. We have really good pieces on both sides of the ball. So I'm just trying to fill my part and make plays for my guys. And it's been a lot of fun this year, just seeing what we can do.
Let's talk a little bit about you as a player. You're currently rated the number 2 player in Kentucky, which is crazy. I actually had to look up to see who's rated ahead of you. High 3-star, low 4-star type kid, offers from Kentucky, North Carolina, Duke, Cincinnati, West Virginia, Louisville. The list goes on. What's this recruiting process been like for you so far?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Me personally, I just know God's gonna put me where I need to be. So I just been sitting back and just seeing different recruiting tactics and not really stressing about it and just trying to figure out where's gonna be the best place for me. It's been a lot of fun. Getting love from national programs that their brand is bigger than I can even fathom. And just getting that love from different coaches, it's been a lot of fun and really cool.
So one of the reasons I wanted to bring you on tonight, you were on Cincinnati's campus last weekend for the Iowa State game. Let's just talk a little bit about that. What was that visit like in the atmosphere?
Yeah, the atmosphere was incredible. I've been in Nippert Stadium before, just with the different staff, and the fans are just always incredible. I'm just coming out, just going crazy. The student section, of course, incredible. When the band runs down the stairs, it's just an incredible time for sure. And just feeling the love from all the coaches and the entire staff. Really, everyone know who I am, making sure I'm in the right place at the right time. Getting to see coaches before the game. They did it very well, and it was a great time with the atmosphere and just getting to experience it.
So Coach Walt Stewart, that's your lead recruiter, obviously a guy that played at Cincinnati. What has his message been to you throughout this recruiting process?
Yeah, so I mean, he just been, making it very clear that, he wants me to be that program changer and just, come in and be that pass rusher that makes plays and, be disruptive for the Cincinnati defense. He thinks I can play both sides, both the stand up end and the field end, and make a difference. Doing both of that. Yeah, he's just been recruiting me really hard and just letting me know I'm a priority.
You're obviously having a big junior season on both sides of the ball that for most kids, that's what they do in an entire year, and you still have multiple games left. Do you have a preference on the offensive side or defensive side at the next level?
I like defensive side is definitely where my heart is, but it never hurts to score touchdowns. So if there was a spot that wanted me to play both sides, I wouldn't be opposed to that. But defense is really where my heart is set for sure.
How do you think that versatility and experience playing on both sides of the ball helps you with seeing what the other side of the ball is doing to you, regardless of whether you're playing offense or defense?
Yeah, it just lets you get to see what works on both sides. So whether I'm blocking an end, seeing like what tactics do tight ends or even tackles blocking down on ends. What do they use? What works? What doesn't? How to beat people who lean. If I'm leaning too much on when I'm blocking someone and I feel myself get off balance, how can I use that against someone who would be the tight end going against me? Different stuff like that, or even being in coverage, knowing how to run routes and get around people, kind of using that against them and knowing where, whoever I'm guarding, the running back or the tight end is going to go.
So how would you describe yourself as a player? Is there anyone in the NFL that you maybe try to model your game after?
Yeah, I'd like to say my pass rush is very polished, and and something I really work on. So someone to the likes of Nick Bosa or TJ Watt is kind of where where my game kind of lands at. I'd like to be like a Myles Garrett type player as well, with my athleticism. Um, even standing up a little bit more, which would be more like a Von Miller kind of type player. That's who everyone kind of bases off of, or stand up also like Micah Parsons. So that mix of pass rushers, but also working a little bit in space. When they need to, I feel like I can bring that to the table.
So you're getting a lot of different recruiting pitches when you're on these visits. What are you personally looking for in not only a coaching staff but also a program when you do ultimately decide on where your next level will be played?
Yeah, for me, everywhere really has this just about the same, locker room pitch. Oh, we're getting a new one here. Weight room pitch. We have the best whatever. Even down to the school. Everyone somehow has a top 5 business school or top 5, whatever. So
Yeah.
those to me. I'll get around to those, when it matters. But what I'm looking for is relationships, and who I really think being with every single day for the next 4 years is going to get me to the next level, physically, mentally, and spiritually. So whoever I think is really going to invest in me and get me to that next level, is where I'm going to end up, and what I've been really sifting through and looking for, and seeing what's business and what's for show, and then what's real life, real life talks that I've had with coaches.
So you brought up relationships. So I have to ask, one thing I've really noticed when talking to commits and recruits about the Cincinnati program, it's just the genuine relationships that staff tries to build along with the recruiting guys like, Cass Simmons and Zach Grant, Jack Griffith. Is that something you picked up on as well on your visit?
Yeah, 100%. All three of those guys you mentioned there. I have really real conversations with them, and they've been straightforward with everything. And then Coach Stu, and then even Coach Fook. I've just had really genuine conversations with them, and have been able to, and that they really don't put anything, like they don't like try to pizzazz anything. They just call it how it is. And Coach Stu, I'm joking and laughing with him like one of my boys. So it's been cool, just getting to know them, and feel that genuineness that they're bringing.
So those who aren't aware, what are some of the visits that you've gone on to date, and who would you say is recruiting you the hardest?
This year I've gone to Notre Dame, Kentucky, Clemson, Purdue, Illinois, and then Cincinnati. I'd say right now, Cincinnati, Clemson, Notre Dame, and Illinois and Purdue are probably recruiting me the hardest. They have coaches who hit me up every week, and try to have that constant communication. North Carolina is up there, not as much recruiting me as those, but their pitch is definitely as strong as some of those. Like Mac Brown, he's texted me and told me I was a priority, different stuff like that.
So I have to ask, Sean Alexander, obviously your uncle, how often do you get it on these visits where you get a guy that says they either played against your uncle or remember watching him play when he was in, high school or college?
If it comes up, it's just about every time. There's always someone remembering, my uncle, and it's cool to see different connections people have. Around here, typically it's just watching him or they played against him, but going on the visits, they actually played with him, or had a relationship or have some sort of story with him. So that's been pretty cool to see.
So your Cooper squad is obviously in the thick of a playoff race. What are your plans for the rest of the season heading into winter workouts?
So yeah, going into the end of this season, looking to make a good run here. We're really coming together right now, getting some injured dudes back. So looking to put it together to the end of this year. And then after the season, I'll go into basketball, and then be training with my trainer Jordan Nevels, and work to put on weight and continue picking up my speed going into the spring, and then just continue working.
So I go way back with Coach Sully, and I'm sure he wants to hear you say this, but how much of a benefit is it to be a multi-sport athlete and have that versatility at the next level, regardless of which sport you play?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really big, huge benefit. It just allows you to work on muscles. You wouldn't work on typically, in your one sport, just like working the same muscles. You can also get burnt out just being in the same sport year round or trying to just focus on that one. So just having that, having basketball for me just allows me to not get burnt out, just to work on different muscle groups. It's more jumping, more long time conditioning rather than short sprints. And then also just getting to play for different coaches also just allows me to adapt to coaches either in football, either new coaches we get, or it'll help me for college coaches as well. Also has helped me just grow as a leader, just getting to work with different kids. And then Coach Sully, I've always said that he's one of the best coaches,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of sport in the Midwest. Really, he just brings the best out of everyone on the squad. And I think he's just helped me grow so much as an athlete, on and off the field. And I think it helps me grow even as a football player, just getting to play for him.
Yeah, Sully's awesome, man. He's gonna be tough on you, but he's gonna love you up at the same time. And
Absolutely.
he's always gonna keep it real with you. Well, Austin, let's end on this. What does your timeline look like as far as cutting down your list to a top 5 or top 3, and when would you ultimately like to make a decision and have this behind you?
Yeah, so I'll either have a decision by January or next July. Reasoning behind that is January. I'm thinking there's a chance I may want to shut it down after junior days. I may they go pretty in depth in junior days. On they go to school. You get to watch film. They go pretty in depth. So there's a chance I shut it down then. And then July would be after official visits. So if I don't feel like I've really narrowed it down after that, I'll wait, do my official visits, and then shut it down July, and that'll be latest. I don't want to be still pondering during the season, because next year we got some really big things to do, just like this year.
Well, Austin, we appreciate you coming on tonight and wish you nothing but the best of luck the rest of your junior season.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you.